Welcome in, Big Blue Nation, to another episode of the Cats Talk podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Johnston, joined by my co host today and women's basketball analyst, Tyler Britton. Tyler, our first ever recording from the studios, women's basketball podcast. Excited to have you here for the ride. We were obviously in attendance for their game against Morehead State on Monday, and they just concluded their game against Monmouth, in which was a very, very dominant win, 104-46. I'm pretty sure that is finally official now. There was 49-46 floating around for quite some time. It's still floating around. The women's official program put out 49. We put out 49. ESPN saying 46. UK saying 46. So who knows? I'm not sure. All I know is Coach Kenny Brooks and the girls that he has really bounced back today after what was a disappointing performance on Monday. What was one of your big takeaways from this massive win at historic Memorial Coliseum?
Yeah, absolutely. Kenny Brooks, I'll give credit to him. He said it last on Monday in his press conference. He was like, "This was not the team that we wanted to put out on the court. We have a lot of things to work on." We were talking about Jordan Obi. She was there at the press conference too. She was the first one to say, "Hey, like I can be better. The whole team can be better. This was not a game that we wanted to be recognized for." And they won by what is it, 30 on that game. For them to come out here and put up nearly 60, maybe 60, I don't know, points on the board, and they were doing it from the beginning. I mean, can we just talk about Lexi Blue for a second? I mean, she was outstanding today. She had 6 3-point shots. She had 6 from the field. I mean, she ended the day with 18 points on the board, and she wasn't alone. You got Amelia Hassett, who had 17. You had Asia Boone at 14. You had Tiani Key at 14. I mean, everyone was scoring points. It was just insane. Everybody's plus minus was in the positive. Most of them by 20 plus, some of them by 40 plus. So, I mean, this was just an outstanding game to watch the women's basketball team just absolutely dominate on the court. And it's not that they weren't playing good competition. I get where the competition kind of lies, but this is what we were expecting against on Monday when they were playing Morehead State. So it was a really good game, really good showing by the women's basketball team, and hopefully they can carry this momentum down the line here and do some good during the season here.
I mean, let's just talk about the difference in three-point shooting. I mean, we mentioned that on Monday. I think they went 4 of 24, which is right about 17%. And in this game, 17 of 36. I mean, anytime you hit 17 threes in a game, you're more than likely going to win that game. And I mean, they put up 104 for a reason. A lot of that is because they shot 47% from three. You mentioned Lexi Blue, 6 of 7 from three-point range. I thought she was hitting that last one. That last one just barely rimmed out. Of course, Asia Boone was 1 of 8 in the previous game from the three-point line. This game bounces back, goes 4 of 6 from three. I think this is what you really wanted to see from this team. We know that the bigs are going to be there. We know Tiani Key, Clara Strack, and Amelia Hassett are going to be able to get theirs and hold their own there. But we wanted to see where these guards' ability to shoot the ball. And I think Asia Boone and Lexi Blue really gave you that today. And you realized and saw the potential that this group of girls has when they are hitting shots from perimeter, because we know about the triplets. We know how many boards they pull down and how effective they are on the defensive side of the ball. I think it was great to see this team get out to a real hot start, because that was something that Coach Kenny Brooks was quite upset with the game against Morehead. We were down 7-0 the game against Morehead, and this game you start off up 21-1. I mean, talk about flipping the script. I mean, that's quite a way to bounce back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm just looking right here through the stat sheet as it is. I mean, the defensive play that was there, and it's showing on the stat sheet, is where Clara had 3 blocks and a steal. Tiani Key had 2 blocks and a steal. Jordan Obi had 2 blocks and a steal. I mean, it was just turnover city. They were stopping Monmouth from doing anything on offense, which was incredible. And again, this is just a difference in competition too. But I mean, they're doing their thing. There's a reason why the score difference was what it was, and not only because of the offense performance, but the defensive performance was there too. It was an overall good performance. Lexi Blue said it after the game too. I mean, she was talking with ESPN, and she was talking about the motivation that Kenny brought to the team, and it was evident. It was showing for sure.
Yeah, it definitely was. And something you kind of mentioned, the turnovers that we forced Monmouth into. And let's just talk about our own turnovers. We only had 8 turnovers in this game and 26 assists. That's over a 3-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. I mean, that's that's about as efficient as you can ask for. And I think that was a big reason that Kentucky did get out to this early lead. They were pushing the ball from the jump, making threes, hitting early shots, and I mean, they really just never look back. I mean, I can't look at a single thing in this stat sheet and really find problem with it outside of maybe the free throw shooting, only 69% there, 9 of 13. Outside of that, I mean, you mentioned the 8 blocks that they had. This team just looked really good. This is what we expected on Monday. Maybe there were some opening game jitters. Maybe that's what played into a lot of that. But the one player that I think we do need to talk about a little bit was Tony Morgan. I think she felt a little bit of that pressure following Georgia Amore last season, how this was supposed to be her team. She had to kind of take over for what was a top 10 pick in the WNBA draft. And today she really, I mean, we'll talk about a floor general. 8 points, 9 assists. I mean, 9 assists in only 27 minutes. That's an incredible mark to hit. I think she played outstanding in this one.
Yeah, I was just about to mention the 26 assists as well, so I'm glad you brought that up. 26 assists out of 104 points. It means a quarter of your points were made because of selfless acts on the team, whether it was passing the ball or, whatever the case may be. But, you know, it's just good to see. And to your point, Tony Morgan there with 9 of those alone. So half the assists that were coming out from the on the floor were basically hers. So, really, really, really glad that we got to see some team effort here, and not just individuals playing well. We all know what Clara can do. We all know that there's some individuals on this team that could do really well. I mean, Jordan Obi was pretty much doing it by herself last week, even though it was a team effort as a whole. Jordan Obi was dominating that game. The fact that everyone was going out and giving a piece here, I mean, that's how you have players. You have 3 players over 15 points. Excuse me, 2 players over 15, 2 players at 14. So, definitely a team effort here. And we like to see it, especially early on that against the teams you're supposed to. Hopefully, this can translate with the men's basketball team too, because we saw some of that same kind of
Yeah.
sloppy performance in the first game. Maybe they can learn a thing or two from the women's basketball team. But this was good to see from the women's basketball team, especially going into the next game here.
Yeah, and Tyler, I'll even one up you there. You mentioned the 26 assist. That was on 39 made field goals. So, I mean, that's 67% of the made shots were assisted on. And that's an incredible mark. Like, that is something that those are numbers like you don't even really shoot for as a coach. Like, those are even higher than usually your wildest dreams. And that's a huge, huge accomplishment for this team to hit this early in the season, be that cohesive early. Because they still have unlike the men's team, they don't really have a game that's going to pressure them early in the season like the men do on Tuesday with Louisville. But they do have a game on Sunday against Buffalo. Obviously, Clara Strack from Buffalo, she's going to have a homecoming of sorts. Is there anything else about this game that you kind of wanted to mention? I did kind of want to throw out there Gabby Brooks, obviously Kenny's daughter, comes in, splashes 2 threes, and you just see Kenny on the bench. The first one looked like he tried not to react, gave a little bit of a fist pump. That second one, man, got him off his feet with a nice big fist pump. Good to see the family getting their points there. And I think just a great morale boost for this team to win by 58 points. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to make sure we hit on this person because I don't think she's been mentioned this entire podcast. Maybe she was, but she was briefly touched on. But Amelia Hassett had a hell of a game as well. She had 17 points on the board. She went 16 for 11 from the field, and she was 3 from 8 from 3,
16 of
2 for 2 on her
11.
field.
16 of 11. She shot over
Sorry,
100% from the field.
6 11, 6 out of 11. And 3 of 8 from 3 there. So I mean, she had a hell of a game as well. Offense, defense, the whole 9 there. She was plus minus over 47 here on 25 minutes. So she had a hell of a game too. She can't be forgotten on this mess. The whole starting lineup did well. I mean, the bench came off and did incredible as well. So, but I just want to make sure we shout out her as well.
Yeah, and Amelia is the shooter of the big 3 of the triplets, and she started off this game 1 of 6 from 3. So to see her hit those final 2 to get that to a 3 of 8 mark, right around 37%, that was really good to see because she didn't shoot well against Morehead State. So to see her, start to kick those tires a little bit and start to get everything back into midseason form was really good to see. And because she's going to be a big part of this team, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of people that we're expecting to have big contributions for the rest of the season. Tyler, you got anything else? You just brought up Amelia. Obviously, we brought up the 3-point shooting. I mean, 47% from 3-point shooting and a 58-point win for the Lady Cats. They play against Buffalo in Buffalo on Sunday. Got anything else for Big Blue Nation regarding this one?
Now let's just continue this roll on, continue this momentum into Buffalo here. Clara, I expect a big game out of her and the rest of the team to support her as well. So let's go Big Blue and get another win.
Yep. Like Tyler said, go Big Blue. This is our first ever edition of the post game. I mean, might as well call this a live reaction, instant reactions from the game. Last time we were doing this on the court, Tyler, it's a little bit more comfortable doing this from the studios here. But there's something about being at Historic Memorial Coliseum that, gives me the warm and fuzzies that I like. Something about being there, all the greats that have played. Hopefully we'll be back soon. But this is it for the Cats Talk podcast. Kentucky wins 104-46, maybe 49. It depends on if they're still checking the stat sheet. I'm not sure. But follow the Cats Talk podcast on Instagram, on TikTok, on X, and the podcast or anywhere you get your media, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. That's all Tyler and I got. Go Big Blue.
Go Big Blue.